Hi guys, my name is Ashley. This is the Booktube Newbie Tag. I do have a notebook. I will just be referring to this. So if you see me looking down or if you see me waffing it about, that is why. I thought I'd do a kind of introduction to me. This was going to be the RF Kwong vlog. However, I'm having nothing but nightmares trying to export that vlog. I've now had to delete half of it and I'm going to have to re-edit half of it. So that's going to be coming at some point. I know a few people know about it. I know a few people don't. It's not edited properly yet. It was edited. I finished it last night. Didn't work. Therefore, I'm going to have to continue editing. So trying to figure that out is going to be interesting. However, I thought because I want to upload twice a week, why not do a new video? So I decided to do the Booktube Newbie because as much as people know me, I don't know, I feel as if there's a lot to learn about everyone. Also, I do apologise if you can hear the rain. I did my makeup and I didn't realise how badly it was raining until I got up here and realised, oh, it's pitter-pattering on the window. And I'm not, look, I did my makeup and I was like, yeah, I'm keeping this on. So we're going to do it. And if you can hear rain or you can hear anything, just ignore it. I do apologise. So let's go through these questions. Question 1, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I did YouTube a fair amount of time ago, and it never I never got the passion to do it properly, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know where I was going, and I was a lot younger and I was a lot stupider, as we all are when we're young. And I went to Yelk. I'm part of Rose Patreon, and I went to Yelk and I met up with a bunch of people who were just really, really kind and really, really lovely, and I continuously talked to them on sprints and I messaged them on Twitter or on WhatsApp, and I have been buddy reading with them, and it's just one of those things of the people kind of were like, yeah, no, actually I want to be part of this community and I want to be part of it properly. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try my hand at it. And yeah, so I filmed a few things, and honestly the support from the first video I did was absolutely unreal. I just want to thank you guys. I said it on Twitter earlier, but it genuinely got me upset in a nice way of I welled up because I was like, oh, everyone's so nice. But yeah, I think it's definitely more the community, because I'm already sick of editing. I've edited 2 videos and I'm already sick of editing, but the community's so wonderful, and I want to be able to talk about books with people. That is my very rambly answer. Please expect me to start rambling in videos. I'm the biggest rambler ever, and most of the time it's a load of shite, but what can you do? Question 2, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I don't think that I can bring a load of things new. I think that in this world a lot of things have already been done. I feel like there's not a lot of new ideas. Also, let's be very, very frank, I am a white woman on Booktube and we are predominant on that, so therefore I can't bring in a unique perspective. That's a word that apparently I can't say. However, I do have some exciting ideas. I want to do a vlog series that I've already started. Only Becca and Alice know what the vlog series is, and the first one has been filmed and it needs editing. And the second thing I want to do, which I've been quite vocal about, I want to start doing a book club based in Dungeons and Dragons. Now, if you don't know what that means, you wouldn't, because I've kind of made it up in my head, but essentially it would be like a portal world reality in D&D, and each session would be based around what book we were reading. So for example, I did it once. I tried it with my old D&D party, and I did it where they went into Nevernight. Now, if you're wondering what part of Nevernight, without spoiling, it is the end where everything is kicking off. And the essential idea is the party goes into a shop, and the person in the shop goes, I need you to find these items or this item. Go into this world and find it. And then they go into the world, and they went into the world of Nevernight, and they got to meet the characters, and they got to play around in the world a bit and also try to survive while everything was kicking off. I want to do that, but I want to do it as a book club. I want to either reread my favourite books or read books that I've never read before and find items in these books that I want to make a D&D game out of. So it would be read the book, have a live show discussing the book, and then have another live show, but the live show is a D&D game with the people who are playing. It would be very much like a jump in, jump out type game. So like not everyone has to play every month. So for example, if there was a book you didn't like for any reason, you wouldn't have to play that week, and it would be I just think it would be really, really fun. And I just want to play D&D. So I'm hoping to do that, and I don't think it's ever been done on YouTube, and I think it would just be so much fun. Apart from that, very long-winded answer again. I told you I'm a rambler. I don't really have any other unique perspectives. I'm always willing to listen and read from unique perspectives, but I don't have anything else that I think I can bring to Booktube. I think those are two pretty good ideas, personally. If they come off, we shall see. 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm excited to be able to talk about books. I talk about books constantly. A friend of mine made a joke that my whole personality is books, and I made a joke that it was not just books, it was knitting and making fudge as well. But the majority of my life is books, and I love sharing that passion. I love being able to talk about books, and I love being able to explain my perspective and gush about books. Like I'm just so excited to be able to talk about them, and yeah, so that's what I'm excited about. Number 4, why do you love reading? I spent a lot of time in my teens at trying to escape reality. I had a lot going on. I'm more than happy to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it now because I think that might freak people out. But a lot of things happened when I was very, very young. And one of the ways that I was able to disappear and be able to kind of forget was film and TV shows, but also books. And I think my love of books is really grew from trauma, which is really, really sad. But it's also probably cheaper than therapy. I say that looking at the books I've got, maybe not. But I love reading for escapism. I love reading for learning new things and seeing new perspectives. I love reading for finding yourself in a place that you would never be. I don't know, there's so much about reading that I absolutely love. I can't just sum it up in one small question. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? There is the obvious one. I also want to say this now, I do have a tattoo of it. I don't support her. We know who we're talking about. I don't support it. I don't support her. Trans lives are valid and necessary, and I'm sorry if that's not what you want. Get out the door. Get out the door. I don't care. But that was one of the first series that hooked me. It's just unfortunate she's turned out to be such a bigot, and it's unfortunate that we never read the text enough to see her bigotry earlier, or I didn't personally. But that's not the only ones that did. There are other books that got me into reading as well. One of them was The Saga of Darren Shan by Darren Shan. It is a 12-book vampire series that I love, and I read when I was 13, when I had a lot going on. Again, the trauma thing. And that got me very much into reading. I fell in love with Darren Shan's writing. I fell in love with his worlds. I really read those books hard, and it really helped me it also ignited my obsession with vampires more somehow. And another one that I'm going to say, because like I'm not ashamed to say it, Twilight. That was a series that I really fell hard for, and it ignited me into reading all the other books that I read. And yeah, so there is that one as well. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? I don't know if I've got a question, really. How do you stay motivated? I would say is one of them, because I'm already thinking, oh my god, like I'm spiraling at the thought of how many things you have to keep on top of. And yeah, so how do you keep motivated? And this is to anyone. This isn't just to my favourite booktubers, because I don't think I have specific favourite booktubers apart from my friends. Like, so yeah. How do you keep motivated? What gets you through editing? Because I can't stand editing. And if you've got any tips or tricks for anything, really, just please let me know, because I would really, really appreciate it. Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Currently, the editing. I'm not saying this because like I'm like, oh, I don't like the editing. If I can't update and export videos on my phone the way that I couldn't this morning and last night, I'm not going to be able to do these big vlogs. I had an hour and 48 minutes worth of footage in this vlog, and I've had to cut it down considerably, and I'm hoping if I export the first part and then upload it to a different computer or onto my iPad or something like that, I can then go over and redo the rest of it, and hopefully it'll work. But I don't know if it's going to work, so that's the hardest thing at the moment. Being consistent is going to be another thing, because I think I've got ADHD, and I really struggle at being like, hey, I want to do this, hey, I want to do that, oh look, something new and shiny. Which is why I ended up knitting a blanket in like a couple of weeks, because my brain went, you want to do this craft? And I was like, I want to do this craft. And then I ended up just being like hyper fixated on knitting. It's how I've almost wrote 100,000 words in fan fiction. So trying to keep me on task and keep me motivated to do things and not see it as a chore is going to be interesting, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Number 8, when did you start reading? I don't remember when. I know that it's interesting because I'm dyslexic. I'm very, very open and honest about this. I was very, very highly dyslexic when I was in year 3. I couldn't spell my own name. Even if it was in front of me, I couldn't spell it. And I struggled a lot, but I could always read. My nana is convinced that it's because I memorized the words. I didn't read the words. I just saw what it looked like and went, that word is this. But I couldn't spell it and I couldn't sound it out and this, that and the other. I just looked at that word and went, that's that word, and that's what that word looks like. Which is bizarre, but it would make sense. But it was interesting because, to go into a bit of a tangent, it was interesting because all of my teachers said, oh, she's not dyslexic, she can read. Yeah, but she can't spell her own name. And she's old enough that she should be able to spell her own name. I think my love of reading really, really, really hit when I was 13. But I was always reading more than most of my friends before that. But it really hit when I was 13. That was when I started being like, you couldn't take me out unless I had a book. And you still can't take me out unless I've got a book. Number 9, where do you read? I read here. This is my current favourite place to read. You might have seen me when I've been on sprints. I also read in the bath. I read in the bed. I read in bed. I read at my desk at work. I read if I'm listening to audiobooks in the car. I don't need to have a specific place to read. I will read absolutely anywhere and everywhere. But currently, this is my favourite spot to read. It's very, very nice. especially when it's like raining. I really, really like it. The final question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read a lot of books. I like to read a lot of different genres of books. My biggest read is probably fantasy, I will admit. But I will take good contemporary, I will take a good sci-fi. Horror is very, very hit and miss for me. I love horror films. Horror films is my favourite genre of film. However, horror books do not scare me and they just bore me. So there's only one horror book, apart from the Darren Shan ones, but they don't really count because they are very young adult. And apart from that, I think the only horror that I've really enjoyed was Rules for Vanishing. I like a good contemporary. I'm very, very into my smutty contemporaries at the moment. But yeah, I will just about read anything. I will try anything. I'm not a massive fan of historical. Historical is very, very difficult for me. And that's it. That is a little bit about me. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope it answered some questions. If you have any other questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm more than happy to talk. I'm more than happy to chat. I'm more than happy to take recommendations or anything. Let me know what you want to see in this channel because I'm very, very excited. I do have a little idea of what I'm going to do for the next month. But yeah, I'm excited for this. This is something new and exciting and different. And yeah, but I'm going to go because I'm starving and I haven't started eating yet. And I have a book to finish. So I need to go and finish that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.